we're going to chop all this off. This build series is going to be an S13 build for our buddy Brian Hopp. I've known Brian for a while now, probably about 10 years through Club Loose. So he's been doing a lot of driving, stepped up to doing competitions, a lot of E-Town Gambler events, and has decided he wants to get pretty serious with a build that he can take to Klutch Kickers and maybe even eventually Formula Drift Pro Spec as well. So we're just going to highlight parts of the build process as we go. Start with a bare chassis. As you can see, he's dropped off to us. While we're waiting on the roll cage, which we ordered from Cage Kit, we are going to modify the chassis as much as possible. We're stripping a lot of stuff out of it. So he delivered a pretty bare shell. We're going to remove what's left of the glass in it and cut the front of the car off. So apparently it's really hard to get a glass removal guy to show up here to take windows out. So Ryan and I are going to do it. And we already got the windshield out, and we got this quarter window out here. And I'm going to show you how we do it. It's just like a cable trick. It's not really a trick, it's just a cable that we use. So I got the front end all marked up. We're gonna chop all this off. We don't want any of that original stuff. We're not allowed to cut anywhere inboard of suspension pickup points, so that being one of them, that has to stay there. So we're gonna chop it there. See, we got the front of the car cut off, and we do this so that we can have a easily repairable car with more crash zones. So we cut out the factory core support, and we're going to make a substructure here that bolts in, picks up these tension rods, and then the front bumper crash bar will bolt to that there. So we're starting with some square tube. It's going to span here, and we need to attach this to it. So we're going to work on that right now. Measure the hole spacing off the factory core support, and we're going to sink our holes accordingly. Now that I made those little spacers, or like threaded slugs that I'm going to put in our lower core support that we're fabricating, I've got that core support beam that's currently extra long. I'm going to cut the ends off and use that, but I've got it chucked up in our bridge port, and I'm going to drill the holes for the slugs. Got our miters on each side of our square tube. Those are our threaded bungs that go all the way through, welded both sides. Got the front end all fabricated, and I'm just welding it together right now. The crash bar, all 065 tubing, so even though it looks kind of big, it is actually pretty lightweight. Kylie got our fenders cut out and started our inner fender sheet metal thing we do. They're all tacked in, so we're gonna fully weld this outside edge. And we also cap this back of the car as well. So I'm gonna fully weld this and then trim off the excess. The main 6 points of the cage all installed. of this cage kit's roll cage kit we got in the mail. It fits really tight. Big fan of this, honestly. It hits all the marks. Sure does save a fabricator a lot of time of having to make their own cage. And while I'm sure there's always going to be those guys that, you know, would rather make each cage individually, especially guys that really enjoy building roll cages, I personally think this is an awesome way to go. As you can see, the roll cage fits super tight. And the main 6 points are all welded in. It comes with its own gussets here, and what I did was, instead of using the supplied 1.25" 0.95 wall gussets, I used a 1-inch thinner wall tube. It saves about 2 pounds in the roof line, but you still get the triangulation support out of having a tube here. So that's not something that most people are worried about, but you know, marginal gains. So we're doing the finishing touches here, and one of those is the electrical connector bulkheads for the engine harness that are going to come through the firewall. So what I did was I cut out a plate, a nice flat surface for them to mount to, and French that into the firewall. It's got a little shape to it here, a little fold-in tab for that crease. So these two auto sports are what's going to feed the engine wiring harness. So that's what I got in there, and let's see, really good fit. Put the little notches in it for the locators and the connector. So Shane started on this roof skin for me, and I'm going to finish taking it off. But basically what's happened so far is we found like the factory welds for the roof skin, and then we go around and we sand off all of the spot welds. So it looks like we got a seam here, and then in the back here underneath of a bunch of goop we found another seam, and this one was just like stitch welds. So we cut those, and we're making our way around. Underneath the hatch mounting here is a bunch of spot welds we got to sand too. We've been making some pretty good progress on Brian's car. This is the final week to do work to the chassis before we send it to paint. So it's a little bit of a crunch, but not really. We kind of have it planned out this way. So we've got a lot of the interior stuff done. Shane's in there welding the oil tank bulkhead steel panels in. I'm gonna finish up putting these door bars in here. We have removed the roof skin and prepped it for the carbon roof panel that we've got for it. A lot of little stuff's been mounted here. Fuel cell stuff is all done. This little bracket here we cut out on our CNC table. That is for the cool suit box. And then over there, the fire suppression bottle will go there. And we're saving room over there for a nitrous bottle. Just in case he wants nitrous in the future, we'll have space for it. Radiator is mounted. You know, we mounted it the same way we did Mike's, with these little 1/2-inch tubes and a little captured bung there, which is nice. Rear structure, all there. Still need to make crash bars. Water pump, it's mounted back here right next to the radiator, and put that at an angle so we could snake our hoses through. Just seemed to fit a little better that way. Otherwise, chassis coming along. Seat mount brackets are all done. Front end's all done. Motor plate mounting all tacked in. We need to weld that together and then add some support, either go forward or backwards or both there. But the engine sits in there pretty nice. We got it jammed pretty far back there. This cylinder head fits further back. As you can see, that's pretty tight. So moving along. And that's all we've got for Brian Hopp's S13 so far. Next, it's going to be off to the paint shop, and once we get it back, we can start bolting stuff to it for good, which is always a great milestone in a project. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.